Hello everyone, this is Father the Ever-Chosen, back in Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, as we continue on as Taelion. So, when we last left off, we were just continuously hunting down some looters and improving our overall army and increasing the money that we have. So if I can continue to do so, it will speed up our overall plans of establishing a new kingdom. So we're going to hunt down these 18 looters here. Hopefully we'll catch up with them out here on the plains. Rather not fight them in the woods. Hopefully we're going to catch them pinned up against Cheras here. Oh. Alright. And since there's 18 of them, we will end up going into the fight itself.
Warriors!
Right now, I only have regular foot soldiers. I don't have any dedicated archers. These Aserai skirmishers are going to be turned into archers, but the Mameluke soldiers will probably end up becoming footmen rather than becoming the cavalry, since early doors having to use the individual horses to upgrade your units is quite costly. And we'll charge our troops out. And hopefully, if we lose anybody, it's just wounds and not deaths. And we'll call our men back. I'll take this experience. The farther your shots, the more experience you're going to gain. So bow's up to 20, riding is up by 3 skill points just with that one shot. Riding going up to 43. If I can get riding up to 50, like I said in the last one, everything is in denominations of 25. And hopefully they're not too close to the edge of the map, and I'll just be able to ride them down here. Seems like I will be able to at least grab one more, maybe. They may get away, which will be quite unfortunate. Let's see. There's one. There's two. And this last guy. 2 more shots. 1 more shot. Oh! Unfortunately, he ended up being able to get away, but 5 of our men are able to be improved. And like last time, I'm going to wait until I can get all 5 of these guys, as well as the rest. So we'll wait till we have a nice big group to upgrade. So we'll stop here in Cheras, see what there is to see, and luckily for us, there is a tournament going on here, and if we win, we will get this northern spiked battle axe. And I actually will get a crossbow to start, which are incredibly powerful weapons, but slow to reload. And unlike bows, their accuracy does not diminish as you hold. your fire. Shot the horse, sent its rider. The important thing would be to pull these guys off their horses. Finish loading. Ooh. I went down, but I believe our team will get to advance. Yeah, we will skip the current match. No, I was not able to go on. So, we will leave. And that's why I didn't put anything down. Early doors, not putting anything down until I get some better armor. We will, however, get rid of this stuff just for a little more money and start moving our way probably back towards the Empire. Primarily in the beginning of the game. I'd like to keep it probably Aserai and Imperial troops. I think the Imperial troops have the best archers, and that's my main focus for my Imperial recruits. And the Aserai eventually have very good cavalry. But currently that's not my goal with them. They have some pretty decent tier infantry. So at this point, let's chase these looters down because they're trapped. Surrender or die, and we will just send our troops in. Shouldn't lose anybody. 3 were able to be upgraded. 4 wounded, not a bad take overall. Party. We'll hold off still. And once, let's look at our clan. We are clan tier 1, so we could join a faction as a mercenary and gain up some influence and make some more money. But making enemies early doors and not having, a guaranteed backing, I think at this point we will keep with my original goal of building up a nice, right around here, 20-man strong band of men, and then start taking on some of the minor factions when these 20 all become pretty high tier. So we'll join this, and we could get a very nice helmet. And I do have quite a bit of money, so I will wager 80 and going on foot up against a malicious spearman. Let's see if we can take this guy out. And now it is me versus a named character. Can make it a bit more challenging. Kick him. And if you didn't know how to shield bash or kick, it is E. The shield bash is decent, but I think the kick is actually quite a bit better. Nice shot in there. And now it's my 3 versus their 2. Hopefully I can take this archer out before he is able to affect the outcome of this battle too much. Oh, right to the head. Perfect throw. Could not have asked for a better throw. Now, I'll be going up against this footman in the end and this skirmisher right now, so I'm going to max out my bets, actually. I think I should be more than capable of walking away with this, and walking away with a brand new shiny helmet. As you can see, sometimes they should be blocking, and I should have bet a little more there, but it's not too terrible of a loss to have not bet. Oop. All right, and we walk away. We get that 3 renown. A little boost to our money. I only bet, what, 200 and some gold, so doubled, and we walk away with a actual helmet rather than these wraps. So we're going to equip that helmet, and we will go through and sell our meager take. And from here, I think we will head back towards the Empire. Oh, 19 looters right there. Thank you. Should be able to hopefully catch them. They're chasing these villagers down. And I can chase them for a few days. But hopefully it will not take that. Can always try to head them off, and you could actually take control of your army by walking with the arrow keys. Discovered a hideout. I don't typically take on the hideouts. I'm not super good at them, but if there's a decent quest for them, perhaps. 8 and 19. Let's fight it with our men this time, and I'll go out and skirmish around. So hopefully by the end of this episode, we will be able to start declaring war on some of the minor factions. And with that, we will start to be able to expand our influence, our clan tier. You need to get all the way up to clan tier 3 to declare yourself an independent faction. Alright, that's going to hurt a lot. We need to focus on getting some good body armor next. And peppering these guys right now is a good way to ensure that your men only have to fight, weakened or half-strength enemies. It still is looking quite bad for my men. I think I might have just taken my own guy out there. Which this could end quite badly for us. I have no more arrows. Now, of course, I could drop down and pick up some of my missed shots, but the likelihood of me finding any of them is quite low. And we're down. So unfortunately, even though the looters lost most of their men, they only ended up being able to walk away with, I think, 3 of the first. I was unfortunately taken prisoner yet again, and we will have to start over. Luckily this time, though, we had not upgraded a lot of our troops. So, getting some better armor. I have a good chunk of money now. Perhaps I'm just going to have to eat the cost of some new armor. I can upgrade myself here. I've got a new attribute point, and I think that will be put into let's go with bows as soon as we can. Hopefully we're able to escape here relatively soon. And after that, we'll grab probably some units from Bach, some units from Tesheba, get some better armor. And it seems like the south is probably not where we need to be. Probably try to head back up into the Empire. Alright. Chance to escape. We will recruit all those men. We're going to need to grab some food, fish. It is the best thing to grab here. And let's see if we can find some decent armor. Body armor of 20, but losing the leg armor. We will grab this armor, sell my old armor. So I'm only paying that 800. And that's still a Sumpter horse. The Desert horse has less hit points, but it's better in every other way. So we will grab the Desert horse. And like I said, we'll head to Bach here. Recruit some troops. Go back to our character. Improve the bow. Improve the archery. So when these split, since I took spare arrows, I will still be able to make a choice every time. It doesn't lock you into this top path, which is good. We will up the endurance, so I will definitely be able to get up to sharpshooter, and then we will put the skill focus on bows. We'll leave, head over to Tesheba, recruit these last 2 units, and we'll start moving. No, those 16 are probably going to be too much. We'll just start moving back towards the Empire, like I had initially said. And at this point, it seems like, though it may be smarter to upgrade in bulk, I definitely need the more advanced troops. So we will start upgrading troops as soon as they become able to be upgraded. Recruit troops. I can join the tournament. I am only at 64 hit points, or 64% of my total hit points. If I win this, it'll be nice. And you don't have to be at full to participate. Of course, your chances are lower, but just because they're lower does not mean that it will be impossible. And we took out... I'm the only one alive from my group. Hopefully. Alright, I will be able to move on. And I win. Perfect. We'll join. Foot fight, Sturgian Caravan Guard. Alright, hopefully I can finish him off. Vinlandian Caravan Master. He's got a high athletic skill. That's why he's booking it. Skip the round. Join. Caravan Master yet again. And we'll block. Oop. Tried to do a kick there. Didn't register on my keyboard or something. Didn't hit it fast enough, perhaps. There we are. I gained a level, which would be nice, and an Imperial Veteran Infantryman. I'm not going to bet any of my money. Don't think it's necessary to risk anything right now. Ooh. Hopefully we're still going to be able to walk away with this victory. Ooh. Definitely has a high athletic skill. Ooh. This is a very close fight. Damn it. Alright. Tried to go for a kick there at the end. Was not successful. Should have enough food for a few days. Hopefully with having that faster horse, I'll be a little better suited. There are quests you can always take. I feel like I typically don't end up taking the quests. Unless they're from a lord. Once the lords start giving out quests, then, and see, now I'm able to move fast enough to couch my lance and then, you know, deliver 505 damage to the looter instead of, you know, even though it was probably still delivering about 100 damage to looters, and I could still kill them. The couching will definitely help against anything just slightly more skilled than looters. And now with this faster horse, should be able to just kite. And there we go. And that's how easy it is. As soon as you can, I would get rid of that Sumpter horse and upgrade, because you really need something better. We'll head up to Rote. There's 12 looters over here. Let's see if we can run them down. Their speed is at 4.9. My speed is at... Oh. These 20 looters may be a better target. They're at 4.8. I'm at 4.8. But they're going into a place where they can get slowed down. Hopefully I can trap them up against the mountains somewhere here. We have enough food to chase for a few days. I know last time we chased a big group and it ended up biting us in the butt. But this one should be fine. Surrender or die. We're going to send my troops. 9 wounded, 16 wounded, 21 wounded, 23 wounded, 26 wounded. Ended in defeat. Everyone got wounded. But it's me versus one guy. I'm quite confident. And my medicine went up to 25, which will help me. And my polearm went up. That was, of course, an easy victory. And we picked up a bunch of food, which will help us. And now I'm going to get repetitively singled out by everyone that even has, you know, small amounts of troops. Hopefully I can pick off some of them beforehand. I was able to pick off 2. And we'll go back to just circling around them. Getting headshots. That one was a leg shot. That killed that last guy. Shoulder. Shoulder. Arm. And throat. So though I'm just one person, should be able to walk away with some victories here. Another 8. Perhaps that village close by, I will have to maybe wait there for a little bit, or at least recruit some troops, because getting attacked every 5 seconds by small groups of looters, though I am more than capable of taking them on, I don't want to have to bog this down with just looters, and I really need my troops to be better, not just myself. Improving my bow skill and my riding, of course, are helpful. And I'm very sorry if this is disorienting to watch me ride around in circles. If you double tap either forwards or backwards, you will either abruptly come to a stop or you will start galloping. We'll pick up some polearm skill here. Oop, missed that one. And I know some people like to play in first person. I have tried it. I definitely don't like playing in first person as an archer. But sometimes using my lance, I will jump into a first person perspective. Medicine, I think increasing the healing rate is far more important, because you're always getting wounded. 10 more hit points doesn't change the fact that you're still getting wounded. I'm going to bump stewardship up. I think I should be alright. I'm already back up to 4 guys. These mountain bandits I definitely don't want to have to tangle with. Well, let's recruit some basic troops. And we'll sell, though it may be more advantageous to sell in a city. Selling here, I can then buy, let's see, if I pay 4, I can walk away with salt that I was buying at 27. And of course, they are only infantry. Or no, they are only infantry. So hopefully, I will be able to take them out. We will have my men start moving in. If I can do some damage. Of course, they're going to kill some of my people, which is alright. I'd rather have them kill some of my people and use them than get captured yet again. I lost 2. Not a big deal. If I take on the Hillmen, I can take the Hillmen up to Brigand, Highwaymen, and then I can get them up to Banner Knight if I were to recruit them. Again, you have to have a particular perk to do that. These Empire Peasants, I'm just going to have them go up to Watchmen and then probably all the way up to Hired Crossbow. The Hired Crossbow doesn't have a very good defensive rating, but they're quick enough, and crossbows are quite deadly. Once I get a better group of men, they will far surpass the other unit that I could get, the hired blades. And again, just like the cost with the Mamluks, they early on having cavalry is just a very big cost. If these 11 guys want to go, then I'll let them fight me. Picked up some new boots, and those new boots should provide just a little bit more armor. This spear can't be couched, which of course limits the damage it can do, but I almost did 200 damage there. I think 200 is fair for damage. Let's see if I can do enough damage to keep these guys mostly alive. And dead. Pull arm up to 36. Lost a further 2. After I recruit, go into tribesmen and probably up to veteran infantry. And then we'll take the Palatine Guard. So tribesmen, and we'll go Imperial Archers. Slowly but surely starting to build back up. And we'll take a break here in Jalmyra, or Jalmaris. And salt sells for 32 here, so I bought it at 27. I can make a 5 gold profit. I could go to Kuyaz and make a much larger profit. So let's head that way and try to make a better profit. We'll go back to trade real quick and see if mules or anything are cheap here. We'll grab 2 more mules. Having mules will just increase our travel speed. And even though I already have a pretty decent helmet, there's no reason not to take another one. Let's get up into a gallop and couch. That horse is very dead. We'll couch the lance. And of course you don't always have to couch your lance, but in certain situations, why wouldn't you? To ensure you win, there's no reason not to. It doesn't take, durability away from a weapon or stamina out of your horse. Skip around. We will bet. We'll bet it all. Probably not exactly the guy I would have wanted to take on. We'll put his back to the enemy kind of a cheap tactic, but having that peasant take him out doesn't bother me any. Bet at all. And we're, again, going up against a peasant. 49 damage. 51, so 100 damage. And it's me against an Imperial Equite. On foot. Hopefully, we're able to walk away with this. A lot of money on the line. Of course, their athletic skill isn't as high. I mean, it's higher than mine, but it's not as high as, you know, let's say a legionary, since these guys are up on their horse typically. So I walk away, I bet a whole bunch, walked away with 765, and that helmet may be better. And of course, getting that small amount of renown is always just nice. It is almost the exact same, but it weighs more. So I will just sell it for the 12. No reason not to. Trade. And if I can get... I think my armor is relatively decent at this point. At this point, the next thing to upgrade will be the bow. This Nordic short bow is better in every aspect. No reason not to. I've got range arrows here. The next best thing to get will be, there's a large container of bodkin arrows. I'll be aiming for that next. And since I was in Kuyaz, hopefully I can look through here just a little bit. I'll buy this jewelry, and I will buy all the leather. And hopefully we're able to, actually we're going to stay in John Myers for probably a day, just so that we don't get gunned down by some looters. Have enough units, and probably once I'm at 100, I will leave. They've got a nice army here going up. And we're good. Let's start heading out. A good thing to do if you are going to go the merchant route, I would have a notebook handy and make sure that you're writing down the prices of things that you buy, so that when you do end up going and selling them, you're always selling them for a profit. Because though I know I bought this jewelry for like 200 and some, I don't know the exact. Now, these colors here, I think this is meaning that you can sell it better. This hasn't always been here, so I will sell the jewelry here, and I believe I will probably end up selling all the leather here as well. So we'll get 13, 15, leave. So we're doing pretty good. The other thing that I had in my inventory is salt, and I've got enough food for 5 days. Hopefully I can make it down here and sell that salt. If it is still at 47, that would be great. I would make, I think, 12, maybe a 12 gold profit trade. It's at 31. So I think I bought it for 25 and selling it for 31. We will make a profit, not a huge profit, but enough. And getting this southern ringmail, that would definitely be a nice boon. So this is a master archer I'm going up against here. Let's see. Tribal horseman. Here we go. Join in. 2v2. If I can keep this archer from firing at my guy. Alright. All we gotta do is take out this other yellow. And make sure this archer doesn't take out my other friend. Make sure I don't take out my friend. There we go. Perfect. Oh, we will bet here at the end. It's better to bet early. The odds obviously are, I think it's 20 to 1 right off the bat. Now it's 1 in 4. If you know anything about gambling, of course you want to bet on the long odds. There we are. Skip round. Aserai veteran infantry versus me. Except, so I've staked 300 gold and I'll make 180 profit. Plus that southern ringmail, which I don't know if it is better than mine. I hope it is. But even if it isn't, it will definitely be worth a decent amount. Let's see. Probably one more hit. There we are. And my one-handed is slowly going up by doing that as well. So, always do tournaments if you're able to. You don't always have to bet, but that small renown boost and the gear that you can get from it, the southern ringmail, is way better. Armor tier goes up by 1, body armor goes up by 5, arm armor goes up by 6. It is much heavier. It is much heavier. But I don't necessarily mind the weight of it. I think that matters more for your athletic skill. It may weigh down your horse. I don't actually know. Ingthaler. I was just a young squire then. Yep. And like I said last time, we're not going to read through those. I've already read through them. Oop. Spear. No. Nope, this guy has a quest. Quick question. So, we'll leave him alone. My party. I could be recruiting these guys. Not worth it. So hopefully we can grab at least 1 or 2 more battles today. We kind of secured the money. My renown is slowly but surely getting up. And we still have plenty of people that we have to speak to. If we go here, we have to speak to 7 more people. We have spoke to both of the Aserai people and 1 of the Vinlandian people. We still have to speak to the king of Vinlandia and the 2 emperors, or 2 emperors to be, and the empress to be. We have to speak to the 2 clan men here in Britannia. some of the Kuzite tribesmen and the king of Sturgia. I believe that's all of them. Party is starving. Always pay attention to starving, of course. It lowers your morale. Rather not buy things terribly expensive. We're gonna buy a bunch of flax. We'll buy all their flax. 565. I bought 65 of them, all at 8. Leave. Yep, I know they're starving. Party morale down at 2. Trade. So obviously the flax isn't going to be good here. It's, you know, this city, this settlement is supported by that village. So thus, it's going to kind of have a monopoly on flax. And even though grapes are quite cheap, you want to vary your food. So we'll buy the wine that they have and see. Party morale is quite low, but we've got 12 days of food now. So we're going to head Varcheg, which is typically held by Sturgia, but the Vinlandians have come over and taken it. So we're going to head there, see if we can sell our flax. We bought it at 8, and making that profit is always going to be helpful. To get anything good, you're going to need money, and then once you start a kingdom, you're going to want money, and lots of it. Trade. Flax is worth even less here. Now, grapes are worth quite a bit more, but not worth it. We'll join in the arena here, and if you pay attention, each area has a different style of arena. You will find more axes here than swords. You'll find crossbows in Vinlandia. You'll find horse combat in the Aserai lands and the Kuzite lands. Ooh. I don't have a lot of confidence about this one. The only thing that may save me is this guy coming behind him. If he presses. Or if he stops paying attention to me, I guess. We may get lucky. There we go. And we'll get Tile Horse if we end up winning. I'm going to have to fight the same gentleman. And again with spears. Alright. Oop. Crouch there, which I didn't need to. Certain spears as well, and you'll always be able to tell, will have blades on the side, or it'll look like they're bladed on the side. And actually, if you stab past somebody on the return, they will do damage. Stab down with his legs. Stab him in the chest there. His spears have quite a short reach on them too. I do wish you could kind of check some of those stats before, or like, during the fight, if you could, check the length. Not that you're gonna know exactly what 143 is, but you'll definitely know the difference between 143 and 175. Finlandian Sergeant is a heavily upgraded Finlandian unit. It has obviously great armor. I'm only able to nickel and dime him. And that's the importance of, knowing your arena weaponry. Because, crossbows are always pretty much going to do a lot of damage. But bows, pole arms, two-handed weapons, like in Vinlandia, if you're good in their tournaments, a lot of the time they're going to end with bill hooks, and a lot of people might not be good with bill hooks. They knock people around. They are big two-handed weapons, and the rest of the fight may be crossbows and horse combat. Let me see. And see, these great horses, they require such a high riding skill, but until that point, I do believe they work as a pack animal, and they're going to increase my speed because somebody will just hop on it. I just can't ride it in combat. And unfortunately, horses do not sell for a whole lot. So I would always keep your horses. We're going to head over to Omor Castle, or Omor the settlement. Ooh, Darethurth, the king of Vinlandia. We have to speak to him. And once we speak to him, it'll just knock one more off the number of people I have to speak with. My name is Taelion. I do like Vinlandia a lot. I like their units. I like a lot of things about their location. But every time I've backed any faction, that faction always ends up getting ganged up on, or sometimes they don't choose the optimal route. If you are, the Northern Empire and you start fighting, Sturgia, you're going to want to take Majdan Castle, then Ormor, then Ove Castle. And sometimes they might go straight for Ove Castle. And it's like, all right, why are we skipping, these other places in the way? So it can get a little frustrating at times. But that's why you need to build up your influence so you can take the army, so you can lead the armies. And then you can properly pick which direction to go. So we're going to grab all this, and we're going to head into the city. See if we can sell anything here. Trade. That flax is worth 15 here. I bought it for 8. So as you sell, now it's down to 14 because the market is flooded. 13, 12. But it was definitely worth it because I think I bought that flax for 565. So I did end up making a profit. And then just sell that stuff. And see, now my trade is 31. So slowly as you trade, it will go up. We're going to go to the Tavern District, ransom those guys. Mazam the Mad. Back to Town Center. I think that should be the next thing that we try to do. We're going to go to Dythma. And once in Dythma, we will see if there is somebody to recruit. And from there, we'll probably have to call the episode. It's not only is it getting late here, but these episodes, of course, run quite long. If they were only 20 minutes, not a whole lot would happen. Tavern District. So, Darbard the Smith. So, clearly a smith. Heroes. Wanderers. Darbard the Smith. He's got really good two-handed, good polearm, good athletic, some smithing. He is generous and merciful. So we will end up speaking with him. And we will read his story. So, I was a smith. As you can see, I'm a big fellow, strong. I was good at my job, had a nice shop on the high street through my town, saved a bit of money, and thought about finding a girl to wed. There was a woman who lived out on the streets, a refugee from the war, had a small child, a baby really. It was all she had. She'd make small cakes of wheat over a fire. Then one day a young man from the palace came down the street, and his horse wasn't looking where he was going, didn't care, and his horse crushed the baby's head. That is quite graphic. I saw her nurse that babe through 2 fevers, the patience sacrifice of that mother, to see all for which she suffered snatched away like that from her by some young drunk's carelessness. There was a crowd around them. He was yelling. I just walked over with my hammer and struck him dead. I love how it says he just struck him dead, but it had to be graphic enough to say that the horse, stomped on the baby's head. It couldn't be graphic here. But that was the end of my life in the city. I think back, though, I can't imagine doing anything different. Right or wrong, I cannot blame you for your anger. So here I am. I know men like me can make money guarding merchants, doing other tasks such as that. As long as no one wants me to hurt the innocent, someday I hope to find a new place to set up a smithy and start again. I can use somebody. Sure. We'll pay for that. I love how he says he's a big man. He is a relatively big man, but I'm almost a full head taller than him. And I don't even think I set myself at the maximum height. Back to town center, trade, and we'll look at his equipment. He's got a one-handed arming sword, which is not going to help him. We need him with a two-handed weapon or a polearm. So I think we're going to end up giving him probably a polearm of some kind. Unfortunately, all they have is a pike here. And they don't have any two-handed weapons. So we will find him better gear. Oh, stacked bodkin arrows. This is what I will want. It is quite expensive, but you can get it as loot. And those 32 arrows are definitely a godsend. And the 3 pierce is very helpful. So we'll arm him again with that arming sword. But we're probably going to keep him on foot. Keep him with our foot units. And then anytime we need to or want to smith anything, which if you know how to smith things, I obviously don't need to show you, but if you haven't, then I will probably look into showing you that now that I have him. It is a time-consuming process, but with the 60 smithing, he may be able to make some decent weapons for us, for me and any future companions. But that will be where we leave this episode of the campaign. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you enjoy the video, please leave a like. And if you enjoy the content, whether it be this or the Warhammer content, feel free to subscribe. And until next time, guys, I have been Father of the Everchosen.